In which case, Raymond, I do believe we owe Lieutenant Kenny some thanks.
Sure, if her story's true. So what cargo was this Bennett guy after anyway?
Duma, most likely.
That thing?
The three Virians appeared most interested in Duma as well. They too are part of your Federation, correct?
What are you?
But what I still don't get is why you're here now, Marielle. Weren't you sent to the brig?
I was released as soon as we returned to base. My guess is the captain thought me a nuisance, but little more than that. So I borrowed a ship from the space station and escaped once I had the chance.
What?
I was hoping to recover the black box of the Aegis. With it, I should be able to acquire proof of Captain Bennett's misconduct.
I find it unlikely that a Federation base would overlook the departure of a borrowed vessel not within their flight plans.
That's way worse than just disobeying orders. Why would you go so far?
When I was little, my grandmother taught me the ins and outs of the Federation's core systems. I can infiltrate them pretty much as I please. I'm certain my use of the ship will go unnoticed for some time. And my grandfather had this to say to me. Trust in what you think is right. I know you've got what it takes to stick to your principles through thick and thin. Now, go and apologize to the Aegis's captain.
Emerson T. Kenny. Quite the hero, sending his granddaughter here with a stolen ship.
That's not all. Some members of the crew who doubted the motives of Bennett and the Astoria also came along with me. The high-speed merchant vessel Akizuki is now currently monitoring my status from planetary orbit.
You mean to say that your comrades are observing all this from some unseen location?
Oh, yes. I know it might be discomforting, but it was a necessary precaution to ensure my safety.
Thank you for healing my father. On behalf of my kingdom, I offer you my sincerest gratitude. Oh, did I misunderstand in some way?
Well, no, not exactly. I just wasn't expecting.
Is it odd that I wish to express my thanks to those who saved the life of a loved one? Chloe, do you believe Marielle here is lying?
No, Princess Leticia. I believe she is telling the truth.
Ray, you are within your rights to be angry about your vessel. Be that as it may, I find Lieutenant Kenny to be honest in her attempts to enact justice.
All of the crew, including myself, share the blame for not stopping the Astoria's attack upon your ship. You have my word that we will make the proper restitutions, punish those responsible, and bring the truth to light. Captain Raymond.
Fine. If you do end up in a Federation courtroom for this, I suppose I can appear on your behalf as a witness.
Thank you.
Now, we know that Bennett is after Duma, and also that you, apparently, don't know why. Next question is, who the hell are these Virians?
Well, I can't say for certain. However, those two I met were also being hunted by Captain Bennett, much like the Aegis. They are military deserters from Vir, another Federation member planet.
Deserters? So that's why there are no other Virians in the Empire.
This is all according to Bennett, though, so I can't be sure how much of it is true. The only thing I know for certain is that they're acting unlawfully here on this planet.
Violating the UP3, huh?
Yes, correct. I realize this is rude of me to ask, but will you help me apprehend them?
Why don't you just transfer them?
That's impossible without transport trackers or communicators, as you know.
It would seem, then, that the interests of all present are in alignment.
Yeah, we gotta charge into the Empire, take the Virians alive, and put an end to this war. Those three are the key to everything happening on this planet and up in space.
I cannot permit the use of Akizuki's equipment, but I can assist, personally.
What's the matter?
Oh, it's just that while I understand what Marielle is saying, there's still something that kind of bothers me. I got the impression that the Virians had truly sworn their loyalty to the Empire.
Huh?
It's not like we have to change our plan or anything. Just something to keep in mind, I guess.
Your hunches often prove correct. We will be careful.
Right.
Now then, I think it best if we consult with Maester Midas and the others about how to proceed. Let us return to my father's chambers.
Let us proceed to His Majesty's quarters.
Indeed. Maester Midas and everyone are like to be present already.
Things are finally starting to click. Things are finally starting to click. A little more practice couldn't hurt. A little more practice couldn't hurt. A little more practice couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click. 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 A little more practice couldn't hurt. A little more practice couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click. Things are finally starting to click. A little more practice couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click. A little more practice couldn't hurt. A little more practice couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click. Things are finally starting to click. A little more practice couldn't hurt. Things are finally starting to click.
Let me take over.
Trust this to me.
Ready. Sorry, but my answer is no.
Is that so?
What's up?
Would you mind waiting a moment longer?
It was Leticia who ran about trying to complete the Folga, while Melthia completed preparations. Raymond and the others helped along the way, and Malkia provided the stones. I simply showed up at the right time, hardly a praiseworthy accomplishment.
And yet it would not have reached completion without you. I must also make amends for not protecting you after you saved Albert.
It does not befit a king to dwell on the past. Admit that what happened was beyond your control. Your softness is what enables Lambert to take advantage of you.
Midas.
And the war is not yet over. Regardless of the truth, the path this nation has followed for the past 14 years was set by the choice you made long ago. Grant me a seat now for my meritorious deeds pertaining to the Folga, and you know full well that conflict will follow.
Midas.
You recognize the Folga is not a weapon of war. That alone is honor enough. However, if you must absolutely insist on seeing me rewarded, grant me a Folga of my own once everything is settled. That is all I ask.
No, 2 Folga.
Why?
If we live long enough, there may come a time where we wish to fly our separate ways, don't you think?
No, 1 is enough.
Very well, it shall be done.
What's so amusing?
Oh, it is merely that I never thought I would live to see you make such a face.
I agree.
Blast you both.
Don't think you have to worry anymore.
Father, Maester Midas, I must speak with you about what's to come. May I? The Folga has already demonstrated its strength, granting us all but absolute military superiority. I suggest that we press the attack on the Imperial capital and utterly nullify their means to wage war.
What say you, Bertrand?
It is as Her Highness states. We will never have a better opportunity.
So we will tender an offer of peace once we seize the Imperial capital. Have I understood correctly?
It is not our intent to conquer. If we repeat the actions of the Empire, it will only lead to another cycle of tragedy.
But will Boldur in fact be amenable to peace?
I cannot speak for Emperor Boldur. However, Prince Gerard is a reasonable man and has the support of the people. Emperor Boldur is not completely ignorant to the tides of time. If he abdicates the throne and negotiations proceed well with Prince Gerard, there should be no issue.
I agree. It is decided.
Planning for the invasion of their capital shall begin on the morrow. Albert, does that sound acceptable?
I think it a sound plan.
The day we have awaited is soon upon us. Best speak with the others while time yet remains.
Is there any other duty?
So exquisite. Lieutenant Kenny, what are you doing?
Oh, Your Royal Highness. I'm sorry. Is this area off limits to those with no business here?
No, and furthermore, you do have business here. And please, there is no need for titles.
But...
Please, call me Leticia. We are comrades in arms. Your Royal Highness would be far too cumbersome in combat. Would you not agree? Ray and Chloe call me Leticia as well.
In that case... Please, you can call me by my name too, Your High... My rank has absolutely no meaning here, anyway.
I see. So, Marielle?
Exactly. Leticia.
May I ask you something? Once the war is over, will Ray and the others return with you?
I had intended to, but Ray rejected the idea. However, if what he says is true, help will be coming for them from Vergold sooner or later. Leticia, do you have feelings for Captain Raymond?
No, that is not what I...
Don't ever get involved with sailors. Nothing good will ever come of it. A sailor will always value his ship over his woman. You'll know no happiness with a sailor.
Your meaning?
Oh, just words of wisdom drilled into my head by a certain woman I know who married the captain of a spaceship. But it can't be all bad, Leticia.
Right.
Whoa!
Ray?
What's up?
It would seem that we are nearing the end.
Yeah.
Ray, if I may, what is your home planet like?
I guess it's a normal planet.
I know not what you consider normal.
It's just normal. What can I say? Hey, Leticia, tell me, what's the Kingdom of Osirius like?
It is beautiful, vast, and normal.
Yep. For most people, normal is wonderful.
Oh, why must you tease me so, Ray?
I'm sorry for teasing you. To be perfectly honest, my mind is just focused on preparing for what needs to be done tomorrow.
I pray tomorrow brings us victory.
You said it.
I suppose I should get some rest.
Is something the matter, Your Highness?
I have been looking for you. I wish to express my gratitude.
Oh?
It is not for anything in particular. I have truly a great many reasons to say this, but thank you.
I was merely performing my duty as a knight.
I also wish to apologize.
For what, may I ask?
For many things. For always being unreasonable. For making plans to wed without seeking your counsel. But there is one regret above all others. When I was separated from you and Chloe during the coup d'etat, for the briefest moment, I felt ready to give up.
Your Highness.
You have devoted your entire life to being a knight in my service. This is why I ask your forgiveness.
The oaths I swore to this kingdom, the royal family, and you, Your Highness, are made precisely for such moments. If my lady goes astray, I caution her. If she goes into battle, I take up my sword with her. And if she falls to her knees, I am there to help her up. I will say it again. I was merely performing my duty as a knight. Thus, I shall accept your words and clarifications of what passed before with pride, and pledge once more to serve you as your loyal knight.
I know not now, nor shall I ever know more faithful a knight than you.
Still, I would ask that you behave more sensibly once matters with the Empire are settled.
I cannot promise that.
Well, it was worth a try. Saying such things is also part of my duty as a knight.
Thank you.
Honestly.
Can I help you?
I still have yet to thank you, Maester Midas. Despite being brought here against your will, you devoted yourself to completing the Fulga. My heartfelt thanks.
Not you too.
You shall have to excuse him. All of this unfamiliar gratitude today has poor Midas a tad out of sorts.
Quiet you. Things are still far from over.
And yet here Her Royal Highness is, thanking you all the same. If you wish to play the part of the prideful elder, perhaps you should stop behaving like a bashful child.
It is I who should be begging your forgiveness.
Huh?
I couldn't bring myself to trust you, nor the kingdom. I hid behind numerous excuses and caused you trouble.
We, all of us, believed in you from the very beginning. We knew that you would come to our aid, and in the end, you did even more for us than we could have possibly imagined. I have no doubt that this is because you, too, believed in all of us as we believed in you.
Spare me your unctuous words.
Maester, Lady Malkia, it is true that none of this is over yet. So please, we are counting on you tomorrow.
We shall take to the skies like a falcon, or perhaps a fulgon. Tomorrow we make right all the many wrongs which have led us to this day. Only once all is done will I truly find joy in seeing Midas and yourself once more.
The Semiomancy Consortium is always...
Excuse me, Nina. What are you doing?
Oh, this? I don't know. My will, I guess.
What?
Sorry, that was an odd way to describe it. Actually, I'm compiling a report on Helgar's disease.
Do not startle me so. But why would you be writing something posthumous?
Well, if something were to happen to Elena or I, then the world would be without a way to treat the rot again, right? So that's why I've been putting it all into writing. I'm trying to finish it tonight.
Nina.
Don't worry, I said if, didn't I? I plan on coming back so I can further my studies of the rot at the Semiomancy Consortium. So let's hope tomorrow brings us victory.
Yes, yes, of course.
I've got to buy me.
How exquisite. How exquisite.
I thought we were done.
Protect it.